Good evening, everyone. We are going to call this public caucus to order. I want to thank Jeremy Nelson and Jim Hoover from the Pennsylvania American Water Company for coming in. Last year, there were several times when you came in and updated us and briefed us on some different projects going on throughout the city. So we appreciate you coming tonight, and I'll turn the floor over to you to keep us informed on all the projects. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for having us tonight. My name is Jim Hoover, Pennsylvania American Water Company, up at Stafford Avenue up in Scranton. We do a lot of water projects in the city of Scranton. We're still continuing with the projects this year from last year. There's a few projects that haven't started yet. One is on Breck Street in Scranton, and one is down on Remington Avenue in Southside that we really didn't start yet. We will be starting them shortly. But I'm here tonight to show you, all have the handouts in front of you, about what we're going to be doing in 2020 of this year. We're going to be investing about $8 million in the city of Scranton. It's going to be about 36,000 feet of water main. We're going to renew 464 water services and replace 30 hydrants. Now, if you look at the back of the page, it gives you the street, the footage, the size of pipe, and the cost estimated. Like I said, 36,000 feet of pipe, approximately $8 million. The third sheet, the second sheet on them, I added the two in the front street so you know what blocks they're between. In other words, Jeanette Street is between Pittston Avenue and South Irving Avenue. It's 1,300 feet of pipe, that kind of it. We do a lot of work in the city of Scranton. It's usually about $5 or $6 million a year. This year it's 8 because we have a lot of bigger streets that we want to get done. So, and after these streets are done, and we do overlay the roads curb to curb with no issues at all. We do permanent restoration under trench. We overlay the roads. And although the customers are notified a few times during this project, we do what we call a code red, which is where we call every single customer to tell them the date we're going to be starting working on your road. Then they'll do the PA1 call. The roads will start to be marked, that kind of bit. They'll know we're getting closer. Then we'll give them an update of exactly when the date we're going to start digging the roads. After the pipe work is all done, the services are done, the hydrants are done, they get another call saying that the pipe work is done. We'll be doing permanent restoration on the road in about 30 days. After that's done, they get another call saying that we're going to overlay the road. So the customers are always aware of what's going on. And it's done by code red. Everybody gets a call to their house. So this year is really the first year that we really started it full bore, and it's worked out really, really well. People know up front that we're working in their neighborhood. They don't have to worry about those pranksters, around, and it works out well. So this is all the streets that we're doing, and that's really about all I have. Short and sweet. If you guys have any questions, I'll be glad to answer.
The only question I have is, obviously you're making a really large investment in the city. And you will communicate this list to the DPW and the administration to make sure that when they're compiling their list of streets to be paved, that they won't go out and, pave the street or anything like that.
Yeah, Dennis Gallagher has had this list. I'm going to say sometime in the beginning of December I sent this list to him. John Hazuri, pave cut inspector, works well. He also has a list of this.
Okay.
And anybody else that needs a list, I told Dennis, just give it to them.
Okay.
Feel free to. It's an open list, and we do. Before I get there, sometimes there may be a block that is paved or something. I'll let Dennis know, and I won't do it. I'll knock it off the list and do something else.
Okay.
But the first two bids for all these jobs, it's broken down into two bids, bid 1 and bid 2, and they're split down the middle. And the same contractor got both jobs. And he's currently working for me in the city of Scranton now, so he's just going to overlap and he's going to keep going. So that's good. As soon as the weather breaks, we're going to start working on some of these streets, or if it stays in the 20s and 30s, they'll keep working.
Right.
So we're going to continue these and hope to get them all paved by the end of the year next year.
Right.
By
Great.
October of next year.
Great.
That's my goal. So that's why I wanted to put Scranton out first. Last year we put them out last, and we had a little bit of an overlap with the winter, and so that's really about it.
Okay. All right. I don't have any more questions. Mr. Rogan, do you have any questions? Mr. McAndrew? Dr. Rothschild?
No, not at this time.
And Mr. Donahue?
I just have one. I know it's not on the list, but is the project on Birch Street a water company project?
Yes.
When's the estimated time for that to be completed? Because I know I've gotten just a couple questions
Street?
about that.
Birch Street was finished last year. That's the.
Well, what is it? It's like the 300 block? I don't know if it's a water company.
300 block? I'm not doing anything in the 300 block of Birch. Maybe the sewer authority is.
Okay,
Maybe the sewer authority is doing work there, yeah.
because it's been shut, just because it's been shut
Yeah.
down. I didn't know if it was a water company project or not.
Well, I want to thank you. Does anyone else have any questions? I want to thank you very much for coming in and keeping us up to date on all these projects, and thank you for making the investment in the city. Obviously, as we've talked over the last few years, we do have an old and aging infrastructure, so this investment is going to help update that. So,
And my card is attached to that letter. If you guys have any questions, my office number there, my cell number's there. Use it. Bill's called me a few times. I'll answer your question. We'll take care of any issues you have.
okay.
For anything, not just this work, anything you have that's water related.
I have a plumbing issue at my house. You want, no.
I'll get you a plumber.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Have a good night.
Jeremy's got
Thank you.
something. Jeremy's got
Oh, Jeremy, sure. Sorry.
Hi, my name is Jeremy Nelson. I'm in the engineering office at the Stafford Ave office of PA American Water. I want to thank you all again for your time. Similar to what Jimmy's doing, Jimmy does a smaller distribution main type work, 8-inch, 10-inch, 12-inch, that's directly serving customers, with customer services. In addition to the work Jimmy's doing this year, we've planned to design a large transmission main project in the city of Scranton. And that's what this handout that was given to us is regarding. We're looking to invest $19 million. That's the total cost of this project, which includes multiple sections of pipeline, both in Scranton and also in Dunmore, and a regulator station that's going to be built in Dunmore. What I'm here to talk to council about tonight is the portion of the work in Scranton. We're looking to put in about 11,000 feet of 36-inch diameter transmission pipeline through the city. This is to help provide more reliability for our transmission and conveyance facilities in the city to get water to the different parts of the city and the surrounding communities that we need to. It helps provide us multiple means to serve these different areas. So what we've done, and I discussed this project with council about a year ago in the early planning stages. Well, over the past year, we've been able to do construction, design, permitting, getting approvals for land and easements and things like that. And we're ready to start construction come this spring. So we've bid the work out, and we're looking to award that shortly. And again, working with some local contractors who've worked with, in this area well with the city. So we're happy about that. And we're looking to start probably in the March timeframe, early March, hopefully weather permitting. It's 11,000 feet. On the back of this handout, there's two maps. The top map shows the section of the pipeline in Scranton and the south section of Dunmore. And then the lower map shows just a part of the pipeline in Dunmore. The map scale, it's small, it's hard to read, but what I can do on the front, there's a list of the streets where this pipeline is going to be installed, and I can just sort of walk you through that. We're basically looking to start at the intersection of River Street and Matts Avenue in South Scranton. We're going to go up Matts Avenue, go on the 100 block of Cedar Avenue, and then we're going to turn and go down Loreline Drive, heading in like an easterly direction along the University of Scranton parking lot there. We're going to stay on Loreline Drive, and then we're actually going to jump up into the University of Scranton's upper parking lot, and then go through the University of Scranton parking lot, and then we're going to look and turn in their parking lot, and then head north up North Webster Avenue, and then we're going to go through the 200 up to the 500 blocks of North Webster. And in some of these sections of North Webster, actually Jimmy's going to be doing some 8-inch main replacement as well in the same trench, basically, while we're working in that road so that we don't have to impact the road twice. So that was, a convenient way to kind of kill two birds with one stone, so to speak. But then we're going to go up Webster to the 1100 block Olive. We're going to turn, head west 1 block on Olive, come down the hill a little bit. Then we're going to turn again and head north on Clay Avenue. And we're going to go up between the 600 to 1100 blocks of Clay Avenue. And I think basically at that point is where it exits the city and starts heading into Dunmore Borough. And it'll continue up Blakely and then turn up Grove Street. And we've actually identified a a site for this regulator station up in Dunmore on South Blakely Street. But, so that goes over the alignment of where we're looking to put this 36-inch transmission main pipeline. What we're looking at as far as a construction schedule, we're hoping to start when the weather breaks this spring in March. We're going to work all through the rest of this year and probably finish early next year, maybe into spring of next year. Probably have some restoration carry over into next year as well. Because it's such a long pipeline, what we're looking to do is, as they work probably from south to north, I'm estimating, as they get that pipe in the ground and tested and disinfected, in large sections, we're going to have them sort of drop back and do pave restoration. Again, similar to as Jimmy described, we're going to do full trench base restoration and then overlay the roads when we're done. And we're going to, sort of follow that along behind the construction so that we're not waiting to have all 11,000 feet, paved at once. So we're going to try to keep that process going. But at the northern end of the project, some of that restoration may have to carry over into next year depending, on the weather and timing and things like that. So we're looking at least a full year probably of construction and then restoration into the spring of '21 at this point. So, we're going to, again, similar to what Jimmy said as far as notifying public, we're going to probably put out a press release in the near future on this, do the code reds. These are the fact sheets that we're going to give residents and people that asked about the project, provides all the information, has my contact information on the front of this as well, if you have any questions or need to contact me on issues for the project. So.
There's going to be a lot of blocks here that are actually going to be blocked off. When I do my jobs, we can let local traffic through because we're on either side of the street.
Mike.
When I do my projects, we usually put the water mains in the gutter lines, so we can leave the street open for emergency traffic. On Jeremy's job, the trench is going to be 8 to 10 feet wide, so you're going to have a lot of stuff exposed, so we're going to have to shut the blocks down block by block, and we will call 911 at that time and say, this block is definitely closed. You cannot get through because it's going to be 10 feet wide.
Right.
Plus you have the tractor, everything there. So it's also, we're going to pave these roads when we're done. There's old 6 and 4 inch water mains up in the hill section, so we're going to get those done too. And like I told Jeremy, we'll do 2 blocks at a time and then have them do permanent restoration. We won't wait till the whole project's done and then do permanent restoration because it'll be a disaster.
Right.
So we're going to work with the contractor and we shouldn't really have a problem with it.
Okay.
And over the past number of months, we've been meeting with DPW and their representatives and John Azoria about the permits and things. And so they're aware of this project and, they've been providing input and things on this as well. So, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. That's our plan for the year.
Looks like you have a lot of work to do over the next year.
It is.
Does anybody else have any questions for Mr. Nelson?
Yeah, I do. So it's wonderful that you're going to do a press release. It's wonderful that you're going to inform the customers, but these 2 sheets, would these be available on your website and the city's website? They're great informational sheets, but, a press release is one day, so,
Yeah, we can put them on the website.
Yeah.
and the city as well?
Yep, we can request that. I'm sure they would do that.
Great, thank you.
Put them on, it's not a problem, yeah.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Okay, thank you so much, gentlemen. We appreciate it. Thanks for the update. Have a
Thank
good
you.
night. Thank you.
Thanks.